Oh, well, probably since I was about 12 or 13, down in Geelong. That's where I started. And my father was a reserve player down there at Geelong, and I used to tag along. If I did my homework, I was allowed to go along when he played fixtures. And then after that, I got involved playing in the junior fixtures on a Friday night. I love the camaraderie. I love the sport. When you're playing table tennis, you're thinking of nothing else because it's fairly intense. And other sports, I reckon you could sort of dream a bit, and if the ball's up the other end or whatever. But when you're playing table tennis, it's full on. But I find it very relaxing when you're playing. Lots of memories over the years. But the Gold Coast Club has been blessed to have many great committees over the years who have all been easy to work with, and not scared to get their hands dirty and hop in and have a go. And that's why we're fairly successful as a club, I think. I've gone to a few of the veterans events in Darwin, Melbourne, and Hobart, and that was a great experience. I enjoyed that. Usually in a president's team, so I didn't actually play for the state, but it was still an enjoyable experience and met some great people. Well, we had a lovely gentleman at our club by the name of Norm Kay, and we're playing over at the Labrador School Hall in those days, and the game to 21. And Norm at the time was 73, and I must have been at least 20 odd years younger than him, and he was a very competitive player. And he had beaten me quite a few times. Anyway, we're playing away, and I beat him in the first game reasonably easy. And then we had a struggle in the second where I beat him 30-28. And he congratulated me, and we sat down, and I said, I'm going out to have a drink. And out I went to the canteen, and next minute all hell broke loose because Norman had a heart attack. And unfortunately, he did pass away. They couldn't revive him. And so it was then that I volunteered, because Norm was on the committee, and I decided, well, the best I could do was replace him on the committee, and give a bit back to the sport. Well, it's the club, like I said, most clubs, it's a struggle to progress and get bigger and handle the demand that you hopefully get from new players and juniors coming through and all that sort of thing. And we've had some pretty good players over the years that have done well. And as I say to them all, you can go there and have a social hit and a bit of a laugh, or you can knuckle down and be coached by some pretty good coaches and play for your state or country. What could be better than that? Of course, the great inspirations at our club were Agnes Herbertson, who's still with us and still trying to play, but hasn't been well this year. But she's been around for all of my journey there, so 50 odd years. And her late husband, Barry, who passed away in 2010, they were the stalwarts of the club. And they managed through fundraising and fees and that sort of thing to save up to $80,000 to get us up and running on council land at Mollendina, where we are today. And so they were fantastic. And then there's others like Robert Matheson, who was a stalwart of the club. And of course, Sam Binstead, as I think mentioned before, was the first president of the club and started from his own home. So all those people have been fantastic, and the work they do is just incredible, and they can only inspire other people to do well as a volunteer as well.